Well, Bennett Kessler filed this following report. The California Department of Water Resources, that's the DWR, conducted its first snow survey of the winter, and officials said they found, quote, more bare ground than snow. Now, according to a news release from the DWR, quote, manual and electronic readings record the snowpack statewide water content at about 20% of average for this time of year, end quote. DWR Director Mark Cohen said that the state is, quote, fully mobilized, end quote, to take every action possible to, quote, ease the effects of dry weather on farms, homes, and businesses as we face a possible third consecutive dry year, end quote. He calls on all of us to make water conservation a daily habit. Now, according to the DWR, the snowpack readings now and in 2012 are the driest on record for this time of year. The Northern California mountains show 11% of normal for now. The Central Sierra shows 21%, and the Southern Sierra 30% of normal for this time of year. Now, rainfall at the end of 2013 was also low, according to DWR. They report that downtown Los Angeles, which has averaged nearly 15 inches of rain since 1906, ended the year with 3.4 inches. DWR weather watchers point out that it is still early in the season and this winter could still turn out wet. DWR does have a drought management team which reportedly will make such areas of critical need get water transfers. Now, they have also vowed to monitor water supply impacts in small rural communities whose groundwater sources are stressed by prolonged dry conditions. Now, it's unclear what the state will do for these areas which define the Eastern Sierra. Now, meanwhile, the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power has begun to measure the snowpack. Their website keeps track of the water content of Mammoth Pass as a hallmark of the snow year, and DWP provides snow and precipitation measurements in all areas of Inyo and Mono. Now, Mammoth Pass snowpack water content measures 3.3 inches as of December 19th. Now, that number is well below last year and also below the long-term average. Right now, the measurements sit slightly above the driest snowpack on record, which was 1976-77. Now, snow pillow measurements show Mammoth Pass at 13% of normal to date, Rock Creek 68%, South Lake 49%, Big Pine Creek 25%, and Cottonwood Lakes 122% of normal to date. Now, on the precipitation side of things, Long Valley sits at 9% of normal to date, Bishop 20%, Big Pine 50%, Independence 81%, South Hayway at 15%, and Los Angeles at 21% of normal to date. Well, the Mammoth Community Water District comments on the dry winter conditions, noting in a press release that the water presently stored in this year's snowpack for our region, 21% of normal for this time of year, similar to the readings in 2013, which ended up, according to the Mammoth Community Water District, as being the driest on record. Now, Mammoth Community Water District staff is actively tracking winter precipitation to assess water supplies for the coming year. Now, said Carl Schnott, and Mammoth Community Water District Operations Superintendent, our customers are already at level 1 restrictions, and we are cautiously optimistic that we will have adequate supplies and receive more precipitation before summer, end quote. Now, the Water District staff and the Board of Directors are discussing water supply projections and will be considering additional water restrictions if dry winter conditions continue. Schnott's cautious optimism is based on the district's ability to utilize surface water, groundwater, and reclaimed water resources for its water deliveries and the potential for some significant storms to materialize in our region. Now, you can read more on this story on our website, sierrawave.net. You can also check out the Mammoth Community Water District website, and that is mcwd.dst.ca.us. Well, Bennett Kessler filed this story. A recent local case involving a wolf-dog hybrid animal caught the attention of Inyo County Sheriff Bill Lutz. Now, he is focused on the possibility of a new ordinance. An incident in Lone Pine drew attention to the possibility of a wolf dog which attacked another dog. State law says that first-generation wolf-dog hybrids are regulated and permitted through the Department of Fish and Wildlife. Sheriff Lutz said the case in Lone Pine involved checking the DNA of the animal. Second-generation hybrids are permitted, but cities and counties have the right to set up their own regulations. Now, as a result, Sheriff Lutz and others are looking into other counties' vicious dog ordinances. Now, state code does include a potentially dangerous and vicious dogs law. Now, that statute defines dangerous and vicious dogs and says any dog, when unprovoked on 2 separate occasions within a prior 36-month period, is defined as potentially dangerous. Now, the process laid out in state law gives authority to the animal control officer or a law enforcement officer to take action with problem animals and, if necessary, take the issue through the court process. Sheriff Lutz said he will check out other cities and counties' local laws for potentially proposing an ordinance here. Sheriff Lutz said in addition to wolf dogs, some cities have banned pit bulls. We'll be back with more news.